Hello and welcome, my name is Ajaxpost and this is the Transport Fever 1 Hub Let's Play Speed Build series. In fact, these are quite noisy trains, aren't they, actually? Which is good. It's good to see trains in action, which is what they are. But I've brought up to start this episode a whole stack of data, dialogue boxes and graphs and stuff, just to give an insight into one of the couple of things that I want to address today. You may recall last episode we set up a new construction materials freight route going into the hub from the other side of Promise Rock and Horse Pasture. That obviously is still very unprofitable at the moment. Between them they're losing 4 million plus in the last year, which is fine because I'm sure it will take off, honest to guff. The Desert Conqueror, our latest, biggest and greatest. Actually, I want to stop here for a second because I've got something in mind. The Desert Conqueror, our latest and biggest, or longest rather, passenger route, again is losing money, but that's actually improving quite dramatically. So hopefully, I'm probably not going to address that end of the map in this episode, but that should start coming into profit reasonably soon, I think. Although the train is actually very expensive, or the trains are expensive on that route. Everything else is losing trivial amounts of money, most of which is bus and truck routes, which I'm not too concerned about because they are just feeding into the main profit centres, which of course are the trains. And at the other end of the map, yes, our freight hub route is making big bucks, 25.5 million in this last year. But that's part of the problem we're looking at here. If we look, we can see that it's making loads of money here, which is fine. But my concern is, if we look at this chart here, it's not getting necessarily the lion's share of the freight coming into this hub here. That appears to be going to the local service, Oljeto-Monument Valley, which is just serving our big hub town here, which is fine. That should get a fair amount of cargo, but I don't want it taking the lion's share when I'm sending huge trains up to my enormous great freight hub centre here for distribution out to the other towns on the map. And one thing I think which is probably causing the problem here is that I've upgraded all the other trains on the routes here to be the fast Alcos or variations upon that, and they run at 3.82k per kilometre, whereas I've still got an old train here, an old electric, on the local Oljeto-Monument Valley freight system, and that's only 2.94, and as we know, cargo likes to take the cheapest and fastest option. So the first thing I want to do is make this train more expensive. The other thing I'm thinking of doing, actually, just to get the throughput here, because we do need to make sure that our hub never goes empty, which shouldn't be a big issue if our construction materials line really takes off. But we've got a lot of services and there will be a few more coming out of here. I really do not want this hub to start running empty. So what I'm thinking of is on the freight hub serving route, this main green route here, is I'll actually reduce the capacity slightly of these trains but add another one in, which should increase the frequency. I mean, they are running at a good frequency already, to be honest. 3 minutes at nearly 1,000 cargo units per year, which is pretty darned good, to be honest. But I think if we put another train on there, that will make sure that we get a much better turnaround, a more attractive turnaround, and also hopefully, assuming we don't get any problems with the distribution of freight here at this hub, we should ensure that our main distribution hub, the other side of the map, stays full. Now there's a fair number of other bits and pieces tinkering around with a couple of routes in the hub city here and in a couple of other cities I think I've had a quick poke at, which just need a little bit of massaging upwards, if you will, to increase capacity or throughput, just to make sure I don't get these huge queues of people waiting at these stops, for example. And if we have time, which I think we should have, we'll add in another new passenger route coming into Monument Valley here. So that's what we've got to look forward to. So yes, I will crack on with doing that. Actually, what we'll do here, we'll keep the same train actually. If I take this down, what's the capacity on one of those? No, don't replace them. Not yet. What's the capacity on those freight wagons? 14. So yeah, if I take that down, so that will go down then to 13. So I'll take 2 wagons off there. Yep, I'll do that. I'll take 2 wagons off there. Replace all those now. Ooh, I only have to... Gosh, that's because they're quite new. So we'll take that off there. And I'll add in another one of those units onto the line. And then I'll fix that one. Yeah, so that's... right, just let's crack on with it. I will stop talking very shortly and hand you over to the speed build section in a moment. But before I go, just to say thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the rest of the video. If you do leave us a like, it'd be very much appreciated. But even better, if you've got any thoughts, suggestions, recommendations, criticisms, anything you feel, I need to change them all on this route, not just that one, don't I? That's why it was so cheap. Honestly. Any ideas at all, any thoughts, just drop a note into the comments box below. That'd be absolutely awesome. And of course, if you've not done so already, why not subscribe to the channel? And that way you'll know when I upload another one of these or any of my other Let's Play videos. But for now, from me, Ajaxpost here in Transport Fever, I will say farewell and I'll see you in the next episode. But until then, bye bye for now.
Thank you.